damn, that hurt! Okay, 20 in the building.
DJ Payne 1. Askin, you brought my cash.
It's kind of like one of those things that, like, yeah, I would say, you know, definitely the promotion, the stuff I learned from the promotion, I was finally able to put it all in with my own money, with, like, my own experience, like, everything, and nobody questioned me. Usually, like, you know, I'll be working with other artists, and they'll be like, hey, I need an email blast. I'll be like, I suggest you do this. And they think, oh, he's digging in my pockets. He's trying to get this. And I've just seen people, you do one email blast once, and you don't do one for a year. It's, like, only going to do so much. And I'm trying to give them the little pattern of, I see, like, yo, you do it, like, consistently, it's gonna work. As long as your music's good, give them some game. But, you know, I didn't feel like most of them didn't want to take it. Not to say everybody didn't listen to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, there was, of course, some that did. But, you know, just whatever reason. And so, yeah, I definitely feel that the promotion was the step to it. You know what I mean?
You know, and it's interesting you say that, man, because, you know, obviously in the professional relationship we have in the music and just giving me so much game over the years, how self-satisfying is it when you see an artist's YouTube views or that piff downloads or, you know, whatever start to gain based on how you promote it or the email or whatever? Like
a client that hires me for promotion?
Mm-hmm.
It's satisfying in the sense of, like, of course, if somebody pays me, I want to deliver what they paid me for.
Absolutely.
But, like, with my promotion, I never guarantee anything. Like, they'll be like, you see these sites, like, $20 get you 1,000 views. Like, that's, like, to me, that's almost fake.
Yeah.
That you could guarantee that. But what I guarantee is, hey, the email blast is this price. It's going to get blasted out to this exact amount of context. Whether they open it or not is going to be based on you. If they've heard your name, if you have something appealing about it, and whether they listen to it and like it is all up to you. I'm just presenting it to them. So as far as that goes, it's cool when they see it, but, like, I don't get extra satisfaction out of it because I already know what I'm providing. So I don't know, like I did. I've told you about it before, but I did, like, an email blast one time before the Blueprint 3, Jay-Z featuring Drake, and that was when, like, people had heard about the song, but nobody had actually heard it. It was just a rumor that Drake was on Jay-Z's album.
Right.
And I didn't have the song, but I did an email blast with the subject line saying that song was in there.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I got so many opens on that because you can see how many people opened the email blast. And I got more than ever on that. And it just proved my theory. If you give people something they want, they'll open it. But if you give them just anything, like you think you just pull up off the block and, oh, I'm going to do email blast, I'm going to get signed, like, you're only fooling yourself. So it's like the satisfaction isn't really in the numbers. It's in, like, seeing an artist grow more or less. Or, like, DJ Slim. Like, me and DJ Slim been cool for a while. I never knew this till a couple of years ago. He told me that the reason that he messes with my promotion company so much is because when he was doing an email blast for, like, his classic weekend mixtape or whatever it was, or was it a BET Spring Break or something?
Yeah, I think
He said I blasted it out like, hey, slots available for this. And he said Waka Flocka directly called him. And this is when Waka Flocka was starting to come up. And, like, he wasn't a household name at the time. And, like, he said that Waka Flocka directly called him, said he saw that email blast and whatnot.
Wow.
And he also told me somebody else big, same type of thing. So that was kind of more satisfying knowing that, like, hearing a success story more than just, like, oh, I got 3,500 opens. Like, that's cool, but it's more about, like, all right, they opened and they liked it because you presented it the proper way. You see what I'm saying?
I totally agree. And segueing in, you know, because you stated that, with having a promotional company that you have and transitioning into management, and, you know, to your credit and everybody involved, there's been quite some success very quickly, you know, just in the management. Obviously, that's
that felt quick to you, man. That felt like forever.
Well, as far as from I know what you're saying with the grind.
I was out there every night.
Yeah,
like, all of us were. So it felt quick to a lot of people, but to us, man, we really put in that work. We took the out of town trips, and it felt looking back at it was quick, but it's still not. All we did was get signed. Like, you know, that's another thing I want to say. I'm not satisfied where I'm at.
There you go.
And I'm not. None of us are. You know what I mean? it's great that we made a step that a lot of people haven't made, but we're still striving to be farther, and that'll come the same way the deal came. The other success is going to come. As far as when, hey, it's all about timing and whatnot.
And I'm glad you made that statement, because you unlike a lot of management where someone may be buzzing but everyone has a deal, but one may be buzzing more than the other and things of that sort. With you have an artist that's signed to a major that, from an industry standpoint, obviously may not have that quote unquote buzz as of yet. I wholeheartedly believe in Cassie as an artist, but then you have Whoop, who has that record in the street that, obviously how the game has transitioned in the last few years, that one record that everyone talks about. If you can explain the difference between, especially from a management standpoint, the difference between having an artist that actually you have to deal with from an industry standpoint, from a label standpoint, that obviously there's some contractual agreements going on, so you may have to step more light, opposed to an artist that just so happened to have that record that just took off.
Yeah, I mean, the major difference, to be honest with you, is the DJs. Like, Kasky, I'm going to keep it real. There may be a handful of DJs that ever even reached out to me about Kasky.
Yeah.
And he signed a YMCMB. I mean, Whoop, I've got more DJs reach out to me on Whoop in like a month's time than I had in Kasky's a year with Kasky. And the crazy thing, it just boils down to Kasky doesn't have a club record. He doesn't really make club music at this point in time.
Exactly.
So it's not even like funny. It's just kind of expected. It's funny in the sense of like it's just crazy how like the guy that's signed isn't getting reached out to by DJs, but the guy that's not signed that's who's hitting me the most is DJs, crazy big DJs too. But at the same time, it still doesn't mean that you can't. It shows you can't rely on one stream. With the Kasky initially, we had this record, Keep It On The Low. We were like, man, this is a hit. Dude, we thought this was a hit. Me and Julio were going to, before the Cash Money thing, we were going to UCF, those bars and stuff, every night, trying to get the DJs the record, trying to get them to spin it. And I didn't know these DJs, even though I'm a promotion company, they're like DJs that are like, they go to college, they're like DJ Steve or something. They're not even like trying to have a real DJ name. They're just going out there to like, meet the girls and stuff like that. So like, they're not in it to be a full-time DJ. So it was really hard to get them to believe in the record. I had more success getting Birdman to believe in it, but over a local DJ. Man, we were out there every night, and then finally what we realized is, hey, we believe in Kasky not for one record. We believe in the whole thing about him.
The body of
so you know what? Bump that. Let's go put out his mixtape when it comes out and just go crazy with that. Don't even give the stuff to the DJs because they don't want to get behind it. No disrespect to them, but hey, maybe that ain't the record that's supposed to be playing. The Whoop thing was kind of opposite. The Whoop was like, it was spreading through the DJs without a lot of push. It was just kind of organically doing it because the song was so hot in the clubs. By the reaction of the people, the DJs almost have to play it, or not have to, but they want to play it because they're going to get that reaction, and that's what a DJ wants, a reaction from the crowd. So then with Whoop, now it's trying to sell people on, he's a complete artist as well, and he's not just a one-hit wonder. That's the hard part, because they're like, I know that one song.
I was going to ask that.
But it's like, did you even listen to the other songs? Or is it, and then our job as a promotion company is, make sure that they realize that Whoop is a well-rounded artist. He's not just a one-hit wonder. Because I wouldn't even manage him if he was. Because that would make me look crazy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's two different scales. And then you got Kasky on the other hand who has like a solid mixtape, but probably doesn't have a track that could be played in the club at prime time.
Yeah. Doesn't
mean he's never going to have one. But right now, he's got like a cult-type, like crazy following.
I was going to say that's a different...
So like, hopefully Whoop's following is becoming that as well. Hopefully they're not bandwagon where they like him right after the song, but if you don't have a song, it's like, I'm gonna back off. But it seems like Whoop is starting to get one, but it's just so early in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Kasky's already 2 mixtapes in seriously with us. He's got a couple that he put out beforehand, like but not that were pushed properly. He's 2 mixtapes in, and like we just seen the progress, and then like I'll get like LRG, Crooks and Castles, these big clothing companies will send me boxes of free Kasky stuff, but like Whoop, I'm not getting any of that right now. nor am I pushing these guys on to it. It's all about timing. You know what I mean? So that co-sign from a label is huge, but it's not end all be all.
Right, and as you explain the difference, the pros and the cons of, there's some pros with having that hot record, but then there's some cons that come with it.
Exactly.
There's some pros, there's some cons to being signed with the label, but there's also some pros that come with it because, as you said, the endorsement deals, the free merchandise and things of that sort. So it's definitely a two-headed monster there, and it seems like you're balancing it real well. And one last thing before we get up out of here that I wanted to ask you is management something that you're now developing in Pat? Like, do you get more of a rush now as a manager opposed to like a promotion company? Like, just more so like, man, okay, getting maybe Kasky to this particular DJ or getting Whoop to this particular crowd. Like, is it more of a rush or is it kind of like?
It's hard to say because like, I mean, the management thing is like, the promotion thing I still like because you can work with a bunch of different people and you're not like married to them. You're not like, it's like strictly business and it's strictly like, hey, this is what I can do for you and this is what it costs and I'm going to deliver those results to you. You know what I mean? But if you don't want to deal with me anymore, or I don't want to deal with you, I could shut off the switch. I could say I don't want to promote you, or you could say you don't want to hire me, and it's simple. There's no harm, no foul. But the management thing, if we get in a little argument or something, like, you're gonna have to get around that. You're gonna have to, like, you're more married to the person, and you got to go through their ups and downs with them. The promotion, I don't got to go through the artist up and down emotionally as much. I care about what I'm promoting, but I don't have to like stress about all the little things that they're potentially stressing about. But I do when I manage the artist. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally agree. It's more so.
So it's kind of like it's cool for both because I'm definitely passionate about the artists I do manage, or I wouldn't want to manage them.
Absolutely.
But I'm also passionate about the promotion. Like the promotion isn't like, all right, that's secondhand. Now that I got artists signed to Cash Money though. And that's another thing.
I think
people are like, oh, I don't want to use him because he's not going to treat me like he treats Kasky or this or that. And the biggest misconception about that is, I could actually do more for you than I could do for Kasky, promotion-wise, depending on your budget and depending what you allow me to do. Like, you don't know what Kasky's promotion budget is. His budget might be $300 a week. So if you're hiring me for $500 a week, I can do more stuff for you. It's that simple. Or Kasky may only have 20,000 CDs pressed up. You may have 50,000, and you give me more opportunity. See what I'm saying? So it's like you can't think like all of my promotion is based on like hiring me for what I'm gonna do. Like it's not based on like who I like. That's the biggest misconception. It doesn't matter. I touched on it earlier. It doesn't matter if I like your music or not. It matters what you want me to do with it. Like if you're giving me pop music to bring to the hood, like you're just wasting your time. I'm not even gonna take your money and waste your time. But if you want to ask and do consultations, I can tell you what I think you should do. You're the boss because you're hiring me. But I could give you, hey, we got a white artist that raps about suburban white things. I don't want to bring him to Pine Hills. Like, it's just not going to make sense. Or vice versa. This dude's talking about killing people, doing all. I'm not going to bring him to UCF. Doesn't mean UCF people aren't going to like his music, but I don't want to waste the product out there as much. There might be times for it. You know what I mean? But, like, it's really about just, I like working with whoever is easy to work with.
This is what it's about, and it's about that passion. And no one has asked and sat down and asked CSR. Period. What's the passion that you have about this thing that you do? That you stay out to 3, 4, 5 in the morning promoting CDs or promoting a flyer or hanging up a poster, and that's the gist of this thing. And follow me a lot more. We're going to be reaching out to a lot of other movers and shakers. Doug, I definitely appreciate it. Congratulations.
I want to say one more thing.
Do your thing.
Last but not least, like the best way to contact, I'm gonna say me because I can only speak for myself.
Do your thing.
But like it's probably general in anybody in the music industry or in probably life period. It's your approach, man. Like there are certain girls, like if you're trying to whistle at them and get their attention, there's certain ones that are gonna go for it. But then there's other ones that you may call bougie because they didn't turn back around. And I'm gonna on my end, if you're trying to approach me like crazy, like, man, check me out, I'm the hottest thing in the world, and you're in my city and I never heard of you, like, you lost me right there. I'm not gonna respond to you, or if I do, it's not gonna be like friendly. So like, if you're coming at me like that, that's how I'm gonna come back at you. But if you come at me humble and you come back at me professional, you don't need to kiss my ass. I don't like that either. Just come at me like a real person. Like, I would hit you up like, hey man, look, I'm doing this music thing. I'm at a roadblock. I need advice. I need this. I'll hit you accordingly. That doesn't mean I'm gonna go sit down with you and spend 3 hours of my time giving you advice. But I may tell you about a consultation with me and my partner. I may tell you, hey, I'm too busy right now. Hit me back in a couple weeks. It could be anything. Or I may not get your email right away, but don't take it like
Person.
Yeah, don't take it like I overlooked you because I may not know who you are. There's people busier than me that aren't even gonna read the emails. I read almost every email I get. So if I'm deleting them or I'm not getting back to you, it's probably your approach or just timing, man. You just caught me at a bad time or happened to delete it by accident. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Don't take it the wrong way because, you know, hey, the approach, that's going to open a lot of doors or close a lot of doors. And, you know, that's the best advice I could give you on initially contacting somebody.
Absolutely. So yeah, Doug, man, you know, I definitely appreciate you for sitting down with me, man. Like you said, we've had many of these sit downs before, but I definitely wanted the people in the world to just really see your vision and see where your passion comes from. That way, when they see you out and about, they'll know a little bit more, and as you said earlier, with that approach and that approach be a little bit more respectful because they know where the passion comes from and they know you're a genuine guy. And I'm here to tell you personally, this is a genuine guy. This is one of the most genuine people you're going to meet probably in the industry, but definitely in the city. You know, and so I'm pleased that this was the first entry and that I had the honor to do it, you know, with somebody that's been so great, that's been so gracious to me. And I'm grateful for the information that you always gave me. I appreciate it. If you can just shout the people out your contact information so they'll know how to approach you right.
For promotions, CSR promotions at gmail.com. For management, liftoffmanagement@gmail.com. Currently, I'm not looking to manage any other artists just due to like time. I don't have the time to take away from the artists I'm managing now, but we do offer consultations to like sit down and answer questions and maybe help get you going on your own. And you know, you can do consultations as you need them. And Twitter, CSR Promotions, Liftoff MGMT. That's it, man. Twan, I appreciate the opportunity.
No, I appreciate you.
Honored to be on the first one.
Yeah.
Many.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm curious to see who else you get, and you know, I follow these as well, and you know, tweet them out accordingly.
Appreciate it, bro. Again, man, it's Twan D, the student here with the first entry of Asking About My Passion. These people got the nerve to be asking him about his passion. All right, y'all, in a minute to the second.